Running an e-commerce business feels effortless when the metrics look like this. When sales are rising and campaigns perform well, executing daily operations is easy. The team is motivated, and the market gives you immediate, highly visible rewards. But this line chart shows the inevitable reality of the market. That steep vertical climb eventually hits a ceiling. Growth slows down, and you enter a long, quiet plateau, where those exciting daily rewards all but disappear. When you are used to constant positive feedback, this sudden silence is uncomfortable. It creates friction. You start second-guessing your strategy, and self-doubt creeps into your daily routine. How you handle these ordinary, unexciting weeks is the exact filter that separates lasting e-commerce businesses from the ones that eventually collapse. When your growth flattens out, your brain will force you to choose between two opposing instincts. The first instinct is the reactionary pivot. This is the anxious urge to scrap everything and launch massive new campaigns, trying to fix stagnant daily metrics. It is highly tempting because it gives you immediate emotional relief. Tearing down your strategy to build a new one creates a false sense of control over the market. The second instinct is quiet discipline. This is the choice to ignore the stagnant metrics and double down on your existing, unglamorous operational optimizations. This path is incredibly taxing. It means enduring boredom and pushing through the lingering anxiety that your competitors are moving much faster than you. So you face a distinct dilemma. Do you overhaul your entire strategy to force the sales needle to move today? Or do you stay the course when everything feels completely stagnant? To make that choice, we need to strip the emotion out of it. We are going to weigh the objective return on investment of an impulse shift against the compounding math of a quiet routine. You will see that a painful lack of progress is actually a mandatory test of operational stability. This comparison matrix breaks down the mechanics of both choices. We call this the strategic showdown. Let's start with the left side, the reactionary pivot. The primary input here is abandonment. You take completely functional, proven strategies and break them simply because it happens to be a slow week. Instead of fixing minor leaks, your team immediately launches unvetted marketing campaigns and flashy new initiatives, desperately searching for instant results. The short-term outcome of this erratic behavior feels fantastic. You generate a massive temporary dopamine hit. Your team feels highly productive because everyone is busy executing the new pivot. But there is a severe long-term trade-off for that excitement. By tearing down your systems, you completely reset the compounding clock on all your previous operational efforts. You are starting from scratch. Because everyone is focused on the new, shiny campaign, foundational flaws, like terrible supplier terms or a frustrating user experience, are entirely ignored. The reactionary pivot forces you to trade your long-term enterprise stability for a few days of emotional comfort. Now, let's look at the right side of the matrix, the alternative operating model, quiet discipline. The primary input for this model requires executing routine, highly structured, and entirely non-glamorous tasks. You are reviewing analytics, optimizing product listings, and tightening up your operational processes, even when there is absolutely no exciting news to celebrate. The short-term outcome of maintaining this discipline is incredibly difficult to sit with. You get zero emotional reward. You have to endure the painful illusion that your progress is moving far too slowly or not moving at all. But the long-term trade-off is where the math works in your favor. These unglamorous actions gradually strengthen your business beneath the surface. You are quietly repairing margins and incrementally boosting conversion rates. This creates operational compounding. Consistent, tiny improvements multiply over time, building a foundation that doesn't crack under pressure. When you put them side by side, the contrast is stark. You have the chaotic vulnerability of the pivot on the left and the steady resilience of discipline on the right. Enduring the boredom of slow progress is the literal price you must pay to create sustainable, long-term enterprise value. The reactionary pivot is a trap, designed for the anxious operator looking to escape the stress of a slow week. It does not build resilience. The path of quiet discipline is for the operator who prioritizes a predictable, compounding advantage over the thrill of a quick win. Meaningful e-commerce success is built on a random Tuesday morning when nothing special is happening. It is not built during a viral product launch. If you want to transition away from reactive choices and get onto the discipline path, you have to remove emotion from your daily execution. You do that by implementing the consistency protocol. Systematizing your daily discipline guarantees that temporary market fluctuations can no longer dictate your long-term business strategy. This diagram outlines the consistency protocol. It is a mandatory weekly checklist of high-impact activities that cuts out the noise. Task 1. You conduct a full analytics review. Task 2. You execute routine listing optimization. Task 3. You perform an operations audit to find and fix minor bottlenecks. Task 4. You maintain active supplier communication and constantly negotiate better terms. And Task 5. You run a complete customer experience review to ensure your buyers are heavily supported. There is one cardinal rule for this protocol. You execute these 5 steps relentlessly, regardless of whether your daily sales are up 20% or down 20%. Maintaining disciplined habits long after initial excitement has worn off builds a compounding machine. That is the ultimate advantage that will outlast your erratic competitors.